Hey everyone, how you doing today? Wazoo back with another episode, and today we're going to be talking about Pico 8. So I've wanted to dig my hands more into this over the past little while, and so I thought today would be a good time to do this. Pico 8 is a fantasy console available for Windows, Mac, and Linux platforms, and what it is a self-contained binary where you can do all the code editing, all the image editing, all the audio sampling, and publishing, all from within this console program, all within Pico 8. So it's an all-in-one solution. There's nothing else to buy or download. There's no add-on that you have to get. Once you pay for Pico 8, you get everything, all batteries included, what you see right here. And the real benefit of this amazing, neat little console is that because there are some constraints which we'll go over, because of these constraints, it forces you to really explore your own creativity to accomplish what you're trying to get done with the program you're writing. I'll try to find and link some of the more fantastic samples I've seen across the internet, but you'll be able to check them out for yourself once you buy and download the Pico 8 app. So I bought mine on Itch.io during a bundle, or you can buy it directly from lexalawful.com. Hopefully I said that right. So you get 128 by 128 16 colors, as you see. You get a cartridge size of 32K, which again I'll go over in a minute. It's got 4-channel sound support. The code you're writing is Lua based. It can handle 256 8x8 sprites and a map, as you can see, 128 by 32 cell map tile size. Okay, so this is what you're greeted with when you start the app. So as you can see, Pico 8, it gives us the version number. I'm using 0.2.2c, and of course copyright Lexa Lawful Games LLP. And we can type help for help. So let's go ahead and type help and see what we get. So we've got a bunch of commands. We can load a project that we're working on. We can save to a file that we're working on. We can run any one of our saved files. We can call resume. We can shut down the console. We can reboot it. So let's go ahead and reboot just to show you what that looks like. It reboots. So picture your own NES console that you've powered on and off. You can navigate your folders, so it'll accept commands like ls to list the directory that you're in. Right now there's the default untitled.p8 file, but you can make your own folders, so you can make your own projects folder, which we'll do right now, and you can cd into that project folder. So now we're in projects. But before we get too far in, we'll continue going over some of the commands here. We can type in keyconfig, and this will go over the controls that we want to support, or that we want to set our console to support, I should say. So as you can see, we've got player 1 and player 2, up, down, left, right, and AB buttons. And so here's what they are. Oops, I already screwed it up. So I'm going to hit escape to cancel. Okay. Help again. Okay. So we've got so we've gone through those. We can use Alt Enter to toggle between full screen and windowed, but I'm going to stay in windowed just to make it easier to see what's going on. And of course Alt F4 to quit. Splore is a really neat idea where right from within the console, you can use Splore to go through what other creators have published on the main Pico 8 website. So if you type in Splore, then it's like opening up your own little arcade right from within your console. So as you can see, my favorite list is empty. The new releases in the store. So here's all, if you just keep scrolling down, you'll see all of the really creative samples that others in the community are publishing. and they're publishing all kinds of games. From it's not just arcade games that people are building. There's adventure games, there's puzzle games, there's shooter games. There's a whole swath of different projects that people are putting out within Pico 8. So there's even card games, as you can see here, Tiny Solitaire. So hit escape to get out of this, to get out of Explorer. But while you're in Explorer, if you want to download and run one of these projects, okay, let's say Pico Lake 1.0. So we highlight it, we hit the enter key, and now we're presented with options. We could run the cart right from here. We can go through any options. We can add it to our favorite list. We can see other projects made by this creator. Similar carts to this one that we're looking at. And we can search, and we can open a thread in the browser, which I'll show you what that does. So it goes right to the Explore page on the alexalawful.com website, and it gives you a way of it basically shows you the release page for this cartridge, and it allows everyone in the community to provide feedback and comment and things like that. And the other cool thing about Pico 8, which hopefully you can see here, is that you can actually highlight the code and look at what everyone else has done. So on any project that's published on the Explore arcade, for lack of a better term, we'll just call it the Explore arcade, you can go into each entry and you can see for yourself how that cart was created. So you can go like how we did it, or you can just stay on the website itself and make it into the Explore pages, and then just use the code link, and that'll display all of the code that's used in the cart. That's pretty cool, and you'll be able to see here how many people have added it, how many people have started. I thought at first this was how many people added it to their favorites, but I think this is just giving this individual cart post a star. Okay, back to Pico 8. Let's close that down. Okay, so let's go back to our main menu. Okay, so here's all the commands again that we can do, and so we should be in our projects folder still. Okay, so we're in the projects folder. So why don't we save, and then we'll call our first project Hello World. So Hello World, and we can leave off the file name. Pico 8 will automatically attach a file name to it, like the file extension to it. So save Hello World, and it now says saved hello world.p8. So now if we hit escape, we're presented with the editor screen. So we've got a code editor, and that's what this first window is with that blue background. And we'll go through some of these. We'll go through what each thing means here. And so if we hit Alt left and right, we can navigate between the other editors. So this one is the sprite editor that you can use for editing sprites, editing images that you want to use in your game. And then this is the tile map, I believe, the map editor. And then this is the music editor, and then finally our sound editor, or maybe this one is the music. Yeah, I think this one is the sound editor. This one is the music one. My apologies. Okay. And so notice that we have which line our cursor is on out of how many lines total that we have in our cart. And this 8192 is the token count limitation, and this means that one of the very real constraints about this platform, this console, is that you are constrained to working with 8192 tokens. The Pico 8 Fantasy Console also comes with some demos that we can install, and that way we can go through some code. So if you just type in install demos, then it'll install some demo carts into the demos folder. So what we're going to have to do is load them. So we can load demos hello.p8, and it'll say right here it's loaded hello.p8 484 chars. So if we hit escape to go into the editor, we can take a look at what hello looks like. So it's a hello world demo. Okay, so we play some music, and Pico 8 comes with some default functions that you can overwrite in your program that are called every frame. So one of them is underscore draw, which is called 30 times a second by the console. And there's also a function update. We're pretty much just drawing draw. Okay, so before we go through the code, let's just execute it and see what it looks like. So we've loaded hello.p8, and now we just type in run. And we get a nice wavy hello world text in rainbow colors. This is Pico 8. Nice to meet you. Okay, so now we hit escape to exit out of the execution of the cart. Let's look at some of the other demos. CD demos. Let's try Jelpy. So load Jelpy, and it's loaded it, and now let's run. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a little platformer game example. I think it's Z and X are the two keys you use, along with the arrows down for player 1. So Z will jump our little tune, and X will give us community sprint. I don't know what okay. Oh, there we go. Yoink, yoink. Cool. So that's one of the demos, and we can look at how that was done. So just exit back to the command line, hit escape, and boom, we're into the actual file. So as you can see down here, this demo is taking up 7155 tokens out of our 8192 max. And you can go through everything in this demo code for yourself and use it as a way of learning how things are done. And we'll be going through more of that in future videos. But this showcases how everything is done right within that demo, from controlling your character, from jumping around, from the sound effects, from the animations of those explosions. It's very cool, very cool. Okay, whoops, let's take a look at some of the others. Okay, how about let's try Dots 3D. So let's load Dots 3D and then run it. Whoa, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's a really neat demo. Okay, so again, let's hit escape to exit to the console command input, and then escape again to go into the editor. And then this is all of the instructions necessary to make that 3D cube. Okay. So let's quickly make our own first Pico 8 cartridge, and by doing so we will go through some of the initial lifecycle functions that the Pico 8 console supports. Okay, where are we now? So let's get out of demos and let's go into our projects folder, and let's load hello world, Okay, we've loaded Hello World, and now let's go into it. Okay, so let's do a CLS. Let's try one. And let's do okay, so Pico 8 has 3 key functions that you can make use of in your application, and these are, they all 3 start with an underscore, and so these are function init and function update and function draw. And there's actually a draw 60, but we'll just use draw for now. So these 3 functions are what you can override for your cart, and you don't have to use all 3. Okay, there we go. So you don't have to use all 3 in your code. So why don't we try this? So in our initial init function, this is called once during startup. So we can do 2 dashes and then our comment. So we'll say first P8 cart. Okay, so within function underscore init, let's just CLS of 1, which is clear screen. Okay, and then so update runs every loop 30 times a second. Update and draw are called. So if there's anything to update, so let's say we want to move a pixel around the screen. But for now, we'll just be drawing text. We'll just be drawing hello. So we won't have anything in update. And then in underscore draw, let's type in print hello. Okay. So now go back to the command line by hitting escape and then hitting run. And we get hello world. So hit escape again to exit that. And so basically all we're doing is we are clearing the screen on our init call. We're not doing anything in our update callback, and then in the draw callback we are just printing out infinite hello worlds. So let's change that a little bit by clearing our screen in the update. We won't really bother in the init. And let's try again, and we should just see hello world once. Run. And that's it. So we only see it once, but in our code we know that it's being run. The screen is being cleared every frame, and then we're drawing hello world every frame. As so. So one last thing is that Pico 8 uses a fixed color map that we can make use of, and so this parameter to the CLS function takes in, and that this 1 is an actual color into our color map. And so the documentation, here we are right here. So the documentation lists several colors that we have available right out of the box. So 1 is this dark blue that we've been using, 0 is black, 3 is dark green, 7 is white, 11 is green, and 15 is peach. So let's say we want to clear our screen to peach. So let's do CLS 15, and we've got peach. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, I think in the next one we'll go over sprites, and we'll be well on our way to really putting together a pretty cool cart. It might be cool to just tackle a small game project in the next video. But that's my small introduction to the Pico 8 fantasy console. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to this channel where you'll be notified when I publish some others. This month in July, I'm doing a 30 and 30 challenge for myself, which is publishing some content every single day for the month of July. Yes, it's a crazy idea, I know. Anyways, have a great night, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.